Whichever one you tell me to go watch.
Which one should who watch? So let's get that figured out right now so we can see the comments.
I see Brady's forehead.
Get your scrawny little ass over here.
Scrawny, I weigh as much as you do.
You don't weigh no 250.
Oh shit, never mind.
Oh, Brady doesn't either.
Okay, I'm sorry, 236.
Yeah, you got 3 people watching.
I'm on YouTube.
Alright, so can you, okay, you're on Facebook, can you see us okay?
I can see Bert Oldham's very delayed because
I can see you just fine.
You can't see me. Shit, y'all gonna have to scoot over.
Well, he's gonna be behind the table, scoot him over too.
He can look over, he's not straight up to you.
Whatever.
I gotta get down to Don's head. Hold on. Oh, Philip Third already said hi, guys.
like 30 seconds delayed on my end.
So, can you see us okay though?
I can see Brandon's forehead.
Okay,
I
that's,
can see you good. Luke, you cannot.
okay.
But again, I'm delayed,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
so.
you got wind.
Okay,
So hopefully,
now
we're all in the picture.
Brandon's gonna be the one you don't see the most of because of the box. Yeah, see, this is how laggy it is.
I don't want to be famous on Facebook anyways, just YouTube.
It's just old people.
Whatever.
Oh, we look fine.
Like you said, we're gonna be standing up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
We are?
Well, part of it, get a fire engine, unless you're gonna do it sitting down.
Yeah, wanna go to bed?
You wanna put a driver's seat in this thing too?
Yes.
Heck, yeah. Why not?
I think someone was supposed to say hi Jamie, but it came out as, yep, they're supposed to say hi Jamie. It came out as how Jamie.
How's Jamie?
No, just how Jamie,
Yeah.
period.
YouTube. Now I'm gonna check YouTube.
Alright, so it's at 6 o'clock.
It's
Darn
5:57.
near.
Alright, we're gonna start anyway.
Oh, okay, then why? Okay.
Because I didn't want to start too early. Hi, good evening, everybody. We're back at the shop tonight, and we're gonna start up, Mr. Randy French's 400 stroker engine tonight. This thing is, factory iron block, so obviously a 400. And I think it's, what year is this block? A 74?
A good year.
Yeah, it's a good year, so we only use the early blocks on these bills because we don't want to have a problem with the mains cracking on them, because the 557 blocks, they are very, very weak in the lower end. And some of them I've seen actually have roll pins instead of dowel pins that hold the main gaps in place, which is crazy. I can't believe the factory would do that, but whatever. So anyhow, they, this thing got a, is it an Eagle or a Scat? Eagle 4250 forged stroke crank in it, 4340 steel. It's got Eagle H-beam connecting rod, 4340 steel forged.
ARP 2000 rod bolts.
Yeah, we got the ARP 2000 rod bolt in this one.
What's that box? What's the pistons?
DSS. We got DSS forged pistons in it. And it's got Edelbrock heads on it. Now these heads have been polished, so you don't see the Edelbrock name on the heads anymore. Because whoever polished them took the Edelbrock off.
At the end of those, you can still see the engraving of the Edelbrock, but
Yeah, on the ends where the Edelbrock puts their name on it, you can still see it there, but on the center exhaust port, you don't see it anyway. So anyhow, because it has an aluminum cylinder head on it, normally our engines, we run like 9.5 to 1 compression with the iron head stuff, because that's about as high as I feel comfortable letting my customers have to tolerate 93 octane fuel. With the aluminum head, we can go clear up to 11.5 to 1 compression and still run 93 octane. I believe this engine here, I have to look at the spec sheet again, but I believe we're at like 10.8 or right about 10.8 to 1 compression, which is a pretty safe number, and the engine will still run good there. But because of the aluminum head, we can run more than 9.5 to 1. It's got a Howard's camshaft in it. The camshaft is kind of a trick piece. It's got a 7/4 swap. So instead of being 184, 36572, they swapped the 4 and 7 in firing order. And what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to change the harmonics of the engine, and doesn't really add horsepower, but it's supposed to make the engine more durable. So it's got that. The camshaft is 243, 249 at 50 with a 109 lobe separation, I believe is what it is, and right around 600 lift.
Exhaust is like in the 250s, 251, 252 or something like that, but.
I'll have to post it later. I thought it was 243, 249. It's one of the Howard's off-the-shelf cams though, and it's a hydraulic roller. Did we put hydraulic rollers on this, I think, or did we put
Yes, so we
solids?
put hydraulic, it is a comp cam evolution.
Okay, so we're using the new CompCam's Evolution lifter, which so far we like. They're cheaper than the Johnsons, and they almost look just like a Johnson lifter. Maybe I'll do a short someday on the two and show you guys. But anyhow, they're quiet. They run nice and smooth. Randy wanted a dual plane intake, so we have a Performer RPM on it. We originally started out, we were going to do an iron head on this engine with an iron intake and a quadrajet. Well, what ended up happening was because of the heads, we were originally setting them up to work on a 350 Pontiac, not a 461 Pontiac. Our compression was going to be way too high. I think our chambers were like 67 cc.
Yeah, something like that. It was gonna be like 11 to 1 on an
Yeah,
iron head.
on iron head, yeah, and there was no way that we were going to be able to. No, it was going to be like 12 to 1.
It was gonna be high.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of compression. So there's no way it's gonna run on 93 octane. So, but it's got Harman Sharp roller rockers in it. I think it has trick flow push rods or a Chrome Ollie 80,000 wall 5/16
Yeah.
push rod. Let's see, what else do we do to this thing? It's, of course, all our engines are balanced and blueprinted.
Howard valve springs, our special sauce valve jobs,
Yeah.
sales valves,
Yep.
hardened rocks and retainers.
Yep, we use a 10-degree valve lock and retainer from CompCams to make sure it doesn't pull the valve out of the retainer. And the heads have been ported, so
Like yours truly.
they flow roughly about 320 CFM.
This one's got, I believe this one's got well maybe not ARP main studs, but it's got ARP cam bolt, crank bolt, head bolts.
Head studs.
Well, head studs, yeah.
ARP head studs, ARP rocker studs.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty nice street engine. This thing's gonna be pretty hefty. It'll run really, really well for Randy. With the quadrajet, now he's gonna have to make sure that he has, because the fuel bowls are so small in these carburetors, he's gonna have to make sure he has a top-notch electric fuel pump in the car. I do believe that Randy's gonna have us install the engine, so whenever we do that, then of course that's gonna be our job to make sure he gets the right components, so this thing don't starve for fuel. And these Q-jets are known for that. If you try to run a mechanical pump, what'll happen is it'll literally run out of fuel in second gear. And a lot of guys call it a bog, but it just doesn't have any fuel. So it's not a bog, it just ain't running anymore because there's no fuel there. And that's one good thing about the Holley carburetor, because they got the two big fuel bowls on both ends of the carburetor. And the Q-Jet gives you better throttle response though.
Even with some of our engines, it's a okay mechanical fuel pump can you keep. Remember my car was running out of fuel on the street,
Yeah,
and that's with a Holly.
yeah. And he's got a Holley carburetor, yeah, so. And so my son, whenever he gets his car together, he's gonna have to probably do it, well, you ought to put an electric pump in your tank,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And you got what, the 400 pound per hour or so, which one you got? Yeah. So, yeah, but he's still gonna be running a Holley on his engine's gonna be like about Luke's engine. It makes roughly about 400 to 450 horsepower.
Something like 500 foot-pounds of torque neighborhood.
Yep, right around 500, and probably 10 foot-pounds of torque. For 400, that's pretty stout.
Yes.
And then so, you know, that thing's gonna run pretty good in that 67 Firebird. Luke's car is about 3,800 pounds?
Something like that.
And-
Now, it is rusty. It might be a little light.
Yeah, you might weigh like Brandon's car.
Yeah.
Brandon's car should weigh with, and back seat out of it, because my 68 Firebird, whenever I used to drive it to the track and drag race it when I was younger, I was a kid then. I had a 13-second car when I was a kid, but anyways, and it had a 350 in it, it didn't have 400.
That was back in the 1800s, I mean, like.
Yeah, that's when we had square wheels and wagon wheel hubcaps.
Yeah, back when you had a 13-second horse-drawn carriage.
Right. And I drove it to the track, and back then that was a big deal. But anyhow, that car weighed 3,300 pounds in the end, so, and Luke's probably about 38 with his in it, so his car should get in the 11s, I'm thinking, with his engine.
I won't be fast anymore.
At least got a 373 gear, but I got a 392, so.
That'll help.
That'll help you, especially with a light car.
Right.
Yeah, that thing would be a rocket ship out of it, especially with the right converter in it. So,
Brandon, what did you just pay for premium today?
What?
472.
What do you put premium in?
My car,
Why?
with my turbo?
You need 87, those things are designed to run on 87.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
you
not.
could probably run 89.
They would not design a car unless it was a
Or
Corvette.
stutters and sputters whenever you run anything less.
Yep.
Really?
Yep,
It even says to in the,
193
Yep.
octane.
Really?
yeah.
What kind of
it's
boost
even
is it
manual.
It's in, well, when you stop on it, it goes up to like 20.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of boost,
But-
a lot more than I thought it made.
Like, if you just ease into it, it goes up to about 13.
Yes, what's your car? What's Roxy?
What?
Equinox.
Equinox.
Red line. She's a red line. She's not a normal Equinox. She's a red line.
Anyhow, turbocharged, what is it, 1.6 liter?
2.0.
Oh,
Thank
It's the
you.
same engine that DJ has in his Cobalt.
Oh, okay.
Just
Oh.
turbo.
It's probably faster.
260 horsepower.
260 horsepower. Wow.
Ground
You know what,
breaking.
that's not bad though for a four-cylinder.
No.
You know what, they've come a long way with engines, man. I'll tell you what, the new stuff, the V6s make what V8s made back in the 70s. Well, no, 60s. 70s, they started detuning them, and
Yeah.
a lot of them only made 200 horsepower.
Reason
Her
why-
four-cylinder makes more power.
Right? Well, the reason why I went on that tangent, hybrid U7U is how much, does gas and diesel cost in our country?
Yeah, diesel's $5 a gallon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, $6, isn't it?
I just went by Speedway, it's $4.98.
Crazy.
That's the highest I've seen it in a while.
Yep, it'll come back down once the war's over, but right now, that's driving the price up. But, so anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fire this thing up, let you guys listen to the camshaft, and, we'll warm it up a little bit, show you the throttle response. I'm sure Randy's, sitting on pins and needles right now wanting to hear this thing. But this thing's gonna probably, be somewhere around 500 horsepower is where I'm guessing this thing to be at. And, he's got a 70 Le Mans, the Le Mans is weigh a little bit less than the GTO, so he's probably right around 3,500 pounds. So he's gonna be a little bit lighter than Luke and make about another 50 horsepower, so.
My car's just heavy, good lord.
Yeah, your car is this, everybody thinks the Firebird, the Trans Ams are light, they're not.
Especially a T-top car.
Yeah, T-top cars are even heavier, so.
Why is that?
Extra support for the
Do
roof.
you see how much car is there?
And the glass is heavier.
Yeah, there's a lot of glass in the car, so it's,
That back window is huge.
there's a lot of weight in those cars. People don't realize it. But they can be lightened up. And Luke's lightening it up in the
I am.
old fashioned way. Oh yeah, you're letting it rust.
Yeah, I say Mother Nature is lighting it up for me.
Yep. Did you guys ever see that thing on, I don't know if it was on Engine Masters or Hot Rod TV, where Freiberger took a car and they started cutting body parts off the car and running it down a quarter mile? I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, that
It was a
56.
Chrysler.
Oh,
There's a big Chrysler. So I think it had a 440 in it. And when they first started, it ran like, I don't know, 16 seconds. And when they were done cutting all the sheet metal off the car, I don't remember how much they reduced the body weight or how much they reduced the weight of the car. But it started to twist. It was getting so bad they couldn't run it anymore. But anyhow, I think it ran in the 12s. Just by cutting all the body panels off of it and lightening it up.
There you go, Luke.
No.
Yeah, well, like I said, Mother Nature's taking care of that for us.
Just make more power, we'll be fine.
Exactly, exactly. All right, well, let's open up the garage doors and let's fire this thing up and let everybody hear it. Do we have any questions? before we
Well,
get-
no, kinda. There's some dude in the comment section that's like, small block Chevy is a board over 383 or 388. Philip the third goes, Ian, Pontiac block. And I go, and the dude goes, oh, it's a GM engine though. I'm like, not the same, better than an SBC. And he goes, in what way?
Well, he'll hear here in a second.
You'll find out.
Yep, so
Still with 350. No, it's not.
hang out with us and we'll show you.
Yeah, show the time out said open up the door or be a man and dump that exhaust. I agree, I don't wanna die.
No, we're gonna open up the door. That is coming open.
It's that big camera. Your eyes will start watering here in a minute.
I'll let you have the honors.
Yeah. Get out my way.
like Luke found the, gloves, so we're gonna pull the muffler off and let the guys hear a little bit better.
Not really. You get more, YouTube.
Time for some open head. That's wicked fast.
That is,
So you know why it's so important that it matters whether the throttle response is good or not? If your engine's not making any torque, you're not gonna have good throttle response. And, so whenever you see a good throttle response like that, that means this engine's making pretty damn good torque. And, this thing, at that last rev, I just revved with open headers and hit like 6,000.
Oh, easy. I don't think that thing's keeping up.
It's not. So, yeah, this is a pretty wicked little build.
This is Pro Super Tech, 1965.
Yeah, that's a vintage stick. It's in awesome condition and it works perfect.
I mean, there's that.
What's the camp specs again? We just had it out, we should have kept it out.
You can pull the plate back on the sand and give them some of that, blue, yeah.
Yeah. We do a lot of frame.
So you were right, it's 243, 251. I thought it was 249.
I told you.
So 243, 251, and 50 with a 109 load separation. And overlap on it's 29 degrees. And we, and what'd you say? We installed it at 107, right? Yeah.
2 degrees advanced.
2 degrees advanced, yep. And then this got the 7/4 swap. And the load lift is 353 and 343.
No, this only has a 1.5 rocker on it, but.
So with the 1.5 rocker, so 1.5 times 353, so what is that, like 570? I don't have my phone's being tied up right now.
Three.
0.353 times 1.5.
530 lift.
530 lift, so very, very streetable.
Over a half-inch lift.
Yep.
Go to timeout, says Edelbrock heads, question mark,
What's that?
said, oh, damn it, I just did a filter third.
Polished Edelbrock heads.
Edelbrock heads, yeah. that's-
Yeah, they are polished Edelbrock heads, yep. So here's our cam card.
Hope you guys can read backwards.
No.
Why is it showing it backwards?
Yeah.
Is it?
Hope you guys can read Chinese.
Tape knot.
So, with a cam that big, so a lot of people think that because we have such big camshafts, I consider this And
This
they are-
is a stock replacement cam in our eyes.
Yeah,
okay?
we don't play the same game that these other guys do. You know, you go to a lot of engine builders and they wanna put a 220 or a 210.
With like a
cam.
112 or 114
Yeah,
on it.
114 and if you wanna make power, you gotta put a cam in the motor. You gotta put a decent sized cam. And it's gonna have to have a tighter lobe separation if you wanna make mid and lower range torque, which is what you feel on the street.
Yes.
I mean, if we're building a race engine, that's a totally different deal. You know what, we'll end up usually running anywhere from like a 108 to a 116, sometimes as big as 118 lobe separation on the higher RPM stuff. But when you get into that real wide lobe separation, the engine makes more power at top or the peak, as opposed to making more torque down low. And that's what we're after for street car. We want a low end torque engine. And that's why we like to run a tighter lobe separation. The big problem with tight lobe separations is a lot of overlap, and I don't consider this a lot of overlap, it's 29 degrees. But anyway, the problem with it is guys can't tune the carburetors. They don't know enough about the carburetor to get the thing to idle rate.
Although we barely had to tweak that carburetor. I mean, you kind of knew
Yeah.
going into it, but all
Well,
we did
that's good, I just told you what to drill.
was say we drilled the idle circuit, changed the jets, and threw it on there, and it ran.
Right. What a good point that Lou just made, I've been doing this for such a long time that I know what these things want, I know what the idle circuit needs to be, I know what jetting it needs to be, I know what metering
So we
run.
saved $500,000 of it.
Yeah, and I actually wrote, and some of you guys that watching tonight may have it, I actually wrote a high performance manual for the Quadrajet back in the 80s, and how to hot rod those carburetors and make more power with it.
Joe Bass said, nice build, Randy is gonna love this, should have a lot of torque.
It'll be one street beast.
Dakota Timeout, it says, does the cam have flames on the box?
No, it has a snake on it. It has a actual snake.
Ooh, the rattlesnake.
It's the camera, old school twist. They have it, they don't have it on, selfie mode, it's just front facing, that's why. He asked why the heads were backwards, reading Pontiac.
Oh,
Mine-
Mine's on selfie mode.
Yeah.
Is it? How do I change that? Can I
You
change it?
Don't.
You see, originally you didn't have it on selfie.
So what do I do with this?
Yours is fine,
Yours is
mine's,
fine, it's
Oh,
Brandon's.
oh, okay.
if I'm gonna have my professional reader read the comments, then I'll put it the other way for next time. I just put it that way, so that way I can just walk up to it and read the comments.
I have not seen you do that one time, so make fun of your
We've had our
reader.
professional readers, we got Luke and Heine.
Yeah. Don't let me go there, smack you.
And Dakota timeout.
So what's our guy with the 383 small block Chevy think of our throttle response?
I don't think he's here anymore.
He said they've been good driver Ford.
So we lost him right when the good part come up?
Well, that's what you always lose. They don't want to see. They don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, they don't want to be showed up.
Yeah, I got a comment the other day on my TikTok when I posted a video of my engine, and the guy said, why on God's green earth would you drive a Pontiac for? Those suck. Get a Ford.
Ain't got no full motor.
Yeah.
Dakota timeout said, can you make a video on modifying the Quadrajet jets? I'm looking to use one on my next 500 horsepower 455.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Actually, would be a good video.
Yeah.
And then Adam C, the one I'm not gonna mess up his name again, where can I find a copy of that Quaker book you wrote?
I got the master in my file somewhere. I gotta dig it out because I had several people want to buy that. And, it's actually really good because it gives you metering rod numbers and all kinds of stuff in there. And I haven't sold one of those in years, but, I should probably sell that through that SA or DA book design or whatever. But, yeah, I used to sell it independently, a long, long time ago, and that was before the internet.
Excuse you. Philip the Third's, he says, all DCI engines wrap real fast. Truth. Wicked is an understatement, and then Don is too immune to carbon dioxide or monoxide.
Yeah, did you see where he said he's gonna plant more trees to offset the emissions?
Who said that?
Someone said maybe. Sounds like a 067 can, maybe a 3/4 race can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a 3/4 race game. So like your factory camshafts typically have, you know, maybe 5 to 8 degrees overlap on the high performance stuff. And that's maybe. I mean, a lot of times they're not even that. A lot of times it's negative overlap because the lobe separation's so wide. So the idle is really smooth and vacuum is high for the brakes. You know, I don't know where our vacuum gauge is, but it'd be interesting to see what the manifold vacuum is on this one.
I honestly don't know where that thing is.
RA 462 is asking, is the most exhaust duration at
What is?
0.050 you have ever used in a Pontiac race engine? I don't know what that is.
What is the most exhaust aeration you've ever used? in a
Yeah.
Pontiac race engine? Big, huge. Think of the 300s.
Well, yeah, 0.050.
Whoa. Hello from Russia. You guys
Nice.
have phones in Russia?
They have phones, they have bomb drones with phones.
There's a Nokia camera. How's the bit rate over there?
They got some pretty nice hot rods over there.
Slavic
I think it'd be kind of cool to see like different countries and like what kind of cars they have, like versus, you know what I mean?
Have you seen the videos of people that take like USA trucks and cars over to like Japan and Britain and they can't get down the roads because of how humongous our vehicles are compared to theirs?
Yeah. Was he ever here when Niels was?
Run that thing.
Nope.
When Brandon's coworker from Germany was up here, he brought him out to the shop to meet Don.
Oh
You remember- you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was heaven for him.
You're welcome, Randy. Whenever Don gets back, I'll tell him you said thank you. You're welcome. I'm excited to put it in the car for you. I'll make you sign a waiver though, because I want to drive your car.
So I don't know where our vacuum gauge went, but it'd be interesting to see. Hopefully I can find that and I can do a short video on it, just so we can see what the manifold vacuum is. But it's probably going to be higher than you guys think.
Power brakes will work just fine.
Here,
Yeah.
stick your tongue on the end of this when I start it up.
See how fast it sucks the oxygen out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Randy French commented and said thank you.
I figured you'd enjoy this tonight, Randy. Now, of course, we don't have your valve covers on tonight. We got, I started to polish some so we could put them on there, but
He
ran out
slacked
of
off
time.
all day.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the crew showed up, he looked at me and goes, I ain't doing this no more, you can do it.
Well, it's supposed to be Luke's job. I was trying to help out.
Oh.
But this is what the valve cover is gonna look like. Now the sides we're gonna leave them as cast, but the top will be polished. So it'll, you know.
It's not that I got here this morning and goes, oh, by the way, this actually needs to be on, put together, pretty, running by
We
lunchtime.
talked about the end of the last podcast.
Walt even
BS.
called out, he said, come on, Luke.
Yeah.
Shut up,
You got called out.
Well, you sold your cool car for a new car, be quiet.
Selling this cool car.
Uh-huh.
What cool car?
He had that old ProCharge Chevelle.
Oh, he sold that?
Yeah, for like a modern Camaro.
I knew he had the Camaro, but I didn't know he sold a Chevelle for that.
I'm thinking he's probably wishing he kept the Chevelle because the Camaro costs too much to modify. I don't know how people afford to build those cars. They're expensive. I mean, every time I write an estimate on one, it just blows me away. I can't believe how costly it is.
Because we are old and simple-minded folk, and we're used to small block Chevy and old Pontiac builds. It used
Well-
to cost $5,000.
This thing right here, guess what? I can adjust that thing with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
You know, but these new cars, you can't do that. You gotta have somebody tune it for you.
Or figure out how to tune it
Or
yourself.
figure out how to tune it yourself, and then you gotta spend all that money on software, and then you gotta buy credits, and then, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Just to tune a car costs $1,500.
You can tell he's very terrified of technology.
I'm not terrified
the
of technology.
fanciest
I
thing-
don't like technology,
the
I am not terrified.
Fanciest thing that he owns that's considered technology is an MSD box, and all he has to do, and that even takes a screwdriver to adjust.
I'm not saying there's not room for it, I just don't like it. It just, to me, it doesn't, I would rather spend $1,500 on exhaust and tires instead of a tuner. Because I can tune this with a screwdriver and some jets
Some jets.
and a drill.
Yeah, you don't tune things like you used to. You used to drill things out, make things bigger, and do this and that and the other. Now you just play on a computer.
Yeah. I mean, once you have the computer software and everything, and it depends on if you do the Holly Terminator. I mean, that's pretty cool. We've been doing quite a few of those. So see, we have been doing new technology.
Once every 12 engines, maybe.
But anyways, with the Holly Terminator, you don't have to buy credits, but you do have to buy the Terminator X, and you gotta have a laptop. So, you know, it's $4,000 before you start tuning.
Buy a real nice quick fuel technology and a fuel pump for that.
Yeah, yeah. You can buy your whole fuel system for that. And have money left over.
To go racing.
Yeah. So, any more comments?
No.
Not really.
I thought for sure a lot of people would want to know about this tonight, but this is a pretty badass little engine right here. And Randy French, you're gonna be real happy with this thing in the car.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's a really pretty car it's coming into, so.
Oh yeah, his car is beautiful. I don't know if Randy can post any pictures tonight on there or not, but it's a real nice blue with blue interior.
Dakota asked how much power.
A lot.
We're thinking this somewhere around 500 horsepower and
Enough.
probably about 560 foot-pounds of torque.
You have somebody from Russia that was watching.
Yeah,
We
that's
did.
Mhm.
cool. On YouTube or Facebook?
You too.
Thanks. All right, well,
Is it a stroker or a standard crank?
stroker. It's got an Eagle 4250 4340 forged steel.
That was-
forged steel crank.
That was Tom Bob that commented. It's about the same setup as Tom Bob's engine, just with E-heads instead of iron.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, Tom, once we update your engine to the new DCI head, it's gonna be pretty wicked too. Because this is roughly what my heads flow as cast after we pour it.
Yeah, so he said, cool, like mine.
Yep. Nope, Tom's car is gonna run good too.
He said-
Even with the iron heads.
Dakota's timeout said, surely with that Dolly Whopper cam and 270 CFM, it would make more than that.
Well, you gotta understand something. I am not an exaggerator. I don't boast super high horsepower numbers because I don't believe in that. You know, there's so many people out there that, I've seen too many dyno queens make 600 horsepower and not make,
Somebody wants to see.
And not do 600 horsepower.
yeah,
ET.
and not run a 600 horsepower EP. So I'm not gonna be that guy. My engines make 500 horsepower, real horsepower, and they will outrun that 650 dyno queen.
Yeah,
Yes.
made sure everybody, it said, let's see those valve covers again.
I don't know if you can see them or not.
West Tech dyno with 350 horsepower engine makes 500 horsepower. I didn't say it, you said it.
Who said that?
Dakota
Dakota
timeout.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but you know, there's so many places out there that are saying that their engines make 600 horsepower. And
That's
we-
like the new 400 horsepower. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, the 600 is like, oh, you have to have that for a street engine.
Yeah, and most people don't even know what 600 horsepower
Let me
is.
take you for a ride in my car and be like, man, how much power is this thing make?
Well, you know, I'll tell you a story. I had a guy from Pennsylvania that I built a 455 Pontiac motor for, and he wanted to make 600 horsepower. Because his buddies all made 600 horsepower. And I said, and this is like 20 years ago, probably maybe 25 years ago. And I told him, I said, your buddies are not making 600 horsepower. Well, my buddy Chevelle, he got a 454 and it runs, I think he said 1270s or something. I said, he's not making 600 horsepower. And I said, I'll build you a 600 horsepower engine, but you're probably not gonna, and you're not gonna like it. So anyhow, fortunately, he did not die, but him and his buddy took the car out on the highway, and about 90 mile an hour, they downshifted into second gear and it broke the tires loose, and he rolled his car. I ended up buying the engine back because there was,
That was still okay.
yeah, the engine.
Holy
was fine.
smokes.
That's just a big piece of iron, it ain't gonna go anywhere.
It barrel rolled the car, and they both walked away, thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, 600 real horsepower on the street is like unbelievable.
Tom Bob said we'll all have to meet up at Pontiac Nationals.
I don't know, 600 horsepower in a race car wasn't unbelievable.
Shush.
I think we need to,
That's because we're
We
not-
know what you did with 600 horsepower. There's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't handle it. We get it.
no, I can handle it just fine. The engine couldn't handle me.
Yeah.
Get it right. I handled it just fine.
That poor engine.
Phil there said back in the day, you told guys you were making 300 when you were actually making 450.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
It's just a Pontiac 400.
Yeah, I got a Pontiac 350. It only makes 300 horsepower. I street raced a lot back when I was a kid. That was the thing. Everybody street raced back
You
then.
can't no more. There's so many cops that care.
Yeah, there's nowhere to race anymore.
Well,
Whenever I was a
you got
kid.
too many other cars that are sleepers, that are factory, like Dodge Demons.
Well, yeah, everybody knows that. So, you
I
know.
don't know, there's a guy running around, I don't know if Luke's seen him yet or not, but he's running around Luke's neighborhood, he's got a Ford Escort, and that thing's pretty quick. I don't know what he has in it, but it ain't stock motor.
I got a customer who's got one of those, I don't know what they call them. I'm not into the foreign sports cars, but he's got an Evo, is that right?
Oh,
Mitsubishi Evo. Yep. Yeah, anyhow, it's a 4-cylinder car, runs 6 seconds in a quarter mile.
With
But,
enough boost, you can do anything.
well, I think it's got staged turbos on that thing.
Probably
So
count.
it uses a turbo to boost the other turbo.
Yeah, you use the tiny one to spool the big one.
Yeah.
It still takes forever to spool. You sit there, ah.
I'm gonna grab my, horsepower calculator here real quick.
The slide that is from the 1980s.
I mean,
It's accurate though, that's the issue.
Yeah. He's got it taped together and held together with bubble gum.
That thing beat the hell. Holy smokes, you see that thing?
So now part of what we do with these engines after we start them, and we'll run this thing again tomorrow for probably about an hour, just to make sure there's no oil leaks and everything's okay. Then what we do is we go over and tighten everything again, because it's a
Like-
brand new engine, and it'll loosen all up after it's been run for a little bit.
Like aluminum heads, I need to go over tomorrow. I'll go over them and re-torque the head studs and intake manifold, especially because of the aluminum heads. It expands and contracts so much compared to iron.
Yep, and even after they've got a few hours runtime on them, they'll still do that. You need to check the bolts every once in a while.
Yep.
And then we'll readjust the rockers, and then the other thing we'll do is we'll take the filter off and we cut it apart, make sure the engine's healthy.
Yep.
And then we put new filter on it, fill it with oil again, and then start it back up again, make sure the oil pressure and everything's okay. But to give you guys an idea of what real horsepower numbers are, our race car ran 123 or 4 mile an hour. I think it was 124, and you go by the mile per hour, you don't go by the ET.
Yeah.
So we ran 124 mile an hour, and the car weighs 3,500 pounds. That's 515 horsepower. That's what our engine makes. Luke's car, what's your best mile an hour? 108?
Yeah.
So Luke's car at 108, and he's a little bit heavier than us. He's at 3,800. He makes honest 370 horsepower. So that gives you an idea. You know, that engine on a dyno, Luke's engine on a dyno would dyno 450 horsepower. This engine on a dyno would probably dyno on them happy dynos at 600 horsepower. It's not making 600 horsepower though. It's gonna make 500 real horsepower.
Ben Stefanski says this motor is pretty close to my motor, question mark.
Yep, pretty close, yep. Ben's got a little bit bigger cam in his, so it's gonna be, that one's gonna be wicked fast too. We built Ben a really badass stroker engine for, he's got a 68 Firebird, I think it is. Hey, you know what, I forgot about Ben, he could tell my son what his frame dimensions need to be.
He's got a 67?
68, but same thing,
Same
yeah.
thing.
Yep. So, but Randy's engine, if it makes an honest 500 horsepower, which I do believe it will, and so that should put Randy, so now this is ideal, okay? So our engine made 510 horsepower, according to the speed calculator, and a mile an hour the car ran. We ran 1072, I think is our best ET. The speed calculator here says that it should only run about 122 at 1070s. But once we get the ET all figured out, we never got to play with our car to see what the car was actually going to really run. And what I mean by that is shift points, launch RPM, timing. There's a lot that you can play with to get the car to perform better. And we didn't get to because we had a ride come out. So anyway, if I believe that the engine in the race car, once we get that thing dialed in, it's gonna make somewhere around 600 to 650 horsepower. Real horsepower, which is gonna, we're not gonna play with that engine this year. We're gonna start with the Rainier 5 engine. I need to start playing with that engine because I need to have the data to tell my customers how to tune their cars. But anyway, back to Randy French's deal here. Randy, if your car, or if your engine here makes an honest 500 horsepower, which I do believe it will, you're capable of running in the low 11s in street trim at around 120 mile an hour.
That is the right converter, the right shift point, the right tire,
Yeah,
the right
the
shock,
right driver.
the
Thanks
right
for killing the
everything.
mood, Luke.
Well,
We
the
know
other,
you're not that.
the other thing is too, is I had a customer that, I built a 455 for a 68 Firebird. And he called me, I think I told you some of you guys this story already, but he called me everything but a white man and an engine builder because he could not get the car to run faster than like 1370s. Consistently, he ran 1430s with it. And I told him, I said, there's no way, can't possibly be. I've built too many of those engines. I know exactly what that engine will do in your car, and it should have ran mid-12. So we went to the racetrack. My brother works at Summit Racing, and Summit Racing rents it. Well, since it's sponsored, I don't think they rent it. I think they have use of the track for like Summit Day. They call it Summit Employee Day.
Yep.
So we went there with my customer 68 Firebird, and I had him take the car down the track that day and see what it ran. His first pass, he went down and ran a 1430. I said, okay, I want you to shift it here, I want you to launch it here, and see what it does. He ran like a 1370. So then I put my brother Paul in the car, and Paul's a pretty good driver. So I put Paul in the car. His first pass, he went a 1270, I think. And by the time we got done figuring out how to launch the car, where to shift it at, and what it wanted, and how to stage the car and everything, we were running 1220s with the car. I put him back in the car, same day, same car, same track, put him back in the car, and I said, okay, this is what my brother did. Do this, and you should be able to run a 1220. He went out and ran a 1370. He couldn't do it. He could not drive the car. He just literally could not drive the car. So, my phone's breaking. So, driver has a huge bearing on what the car is capable of doing.
That might be why my car's so slow.
I think I raced your car once, didn't I?
No.
Didn't I take your car down the track?
No, you need to.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be faster. I'll be mad.
Don't worry, I'll do it.
No. Because I don't have a rev limiter. No.
No problem.
1250 is pretty quick.
It's still pulling at 7. Should I shift now?
Yeah, that's my son.
You ever shift like that?
Nope.
Are the rods coming out yet?
I ignore them anyways.
Good God.
I shift when I feel like I need to shift.
Yeah,
God's guiding me right now.
I just go, Jesus, take the wheel. And I'm just looking out the window, actually.
These people are going by fast.
I'm
He
waiting.
raced his own car this year.
Yeah, he won't blow this section up.
I'm over there waving at the people. Hey, oh crap, hold on, I got a shift. This stupid automatic transmission's not automatic.
Holy smokes. I wouldn't even trust your grandpa's car.
Well, he ran Grandpa's car.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, he actually ran pretty good in it. I think it went 1170, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to drive grandpa's car.
And I drove that when the brakes were sketch.
So let's see what Grandpa's car's making for horsepower. He's heavy. He's 4,200 pounds.
That's a big
Our
car.
mom says I shift when it starts smoking out the pipes.
Yeah, exactly.
I tried that too, the engine wouldn't keep running though.
Grandpa's driving on hours too. I think that thing runs like 115 miles an hour.
Something like that.
Philip said, why does this damn yellow light stay on all the time?
Exactly, it's annoying.
Grandpa's car with iron heads is making 490 horsepower.
That sounds about right.
That's pretty good.
That's only 255, 266. That's a 106.
It's a
low
flat
separation.
package can too. It's not a roller can
Yeah.
with a factory iron head. What are they? Number 62s? I don't remember now.
Something like that. They're so rusty. When we do the oil painting thing, we're gonna pretty the engine up again.
Yeah, it'll get ugly in a hurry though.
Because I'm gonna have to just start taking care of it for him.
Old man Rand said, are you ready for the car?
Not
I
yet.
am. He's not. He's slacking.
Not yet.
I'll come do to your driveway.
No, so we get no more comments?
There was one earlier from Dakota, said Everdyno KRED ports, that's what I'm using, what's the power limit on those heads?
I don't know, you know, the problem with a lot of cylinder head stuff is, you know, I don't get a customer that really wants to take it to the max effort. So there's no way for me to tell unless somebody wants to do that. And there's so many different heads out there, I can't max out every combination. So I honestly cannot answer that.
Ooh, and Joe Bass said before that, most Kaufman street builds are in the 550 HP range, one of their biggest sellers.
Yep.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Well, you know what, the average guy only, I mean, realistically, so if you got a car that weighs 3,600 pounds, that's what the average car weighs, we'll say, and it makes 450 horsepower. So a 3,600 pound car with 400 real horsepower, believe it or not, guys, will run, if everything's just right, the driver knows what they're doing, will run 11 teens at 120 mile an hour.
What?
And that's with only 450 horsepower. So if you're making 550 horsepower with a 3,600 pound car,
The doors, glass, you just
the
put
car
some glass
should be
tape
running
together.
mid-tens
No
at
fenders,
126,
hood,
127
no
mile an
bumper.
hour.
Fenders don't weigh that much.
You two goons
Every
paying
little bit
attention?
counts.
Huh?
You two goons paying attention?
Yes.
To
What do
what?
you say?
He said you have a lot of horsepower, you go faster.
All right, listen here, Mom.
Hey, she's trying to keep the show on task here.
I said I'm gonna make my car weigh 2,800 pounds.
Yeah, good for you. If you do, you'll really fly. Yep.
That'd be
It
offensive.
might weigh that
Are you
now.
planning on divorcing me? 'Cause that's the only way it's gonna happen.
You're not gonna be in the car when I go down the track.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He'll
Maybe
have
I'll drive it down the track.
one lap belt and a pair of
I told
bicycles to
you.
steer it.
I told you, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow along. I don't know if you're posting on his website.
Yeah, right.
YouTube channel. Are you posting on your YouTube channel?
Just updates, because we've been just wrenching away and I keep forgetting to get the
Well, you
camera
better
out.
get that camera out. People want to see it. They want to see what you're doing. I think what it is, he's embarrassed. The car's gonna turn out too nice and he's not gonna want to show it off.
Oh no, he's done already said that it's gonna turn out like crap, it's gonna be put together just like his truck and,
Oh, God.
oh.
If
You
it
know
starts-
what? My son, these two right here are the two most negative people you're ever gonna see on the planet.
I'm just going full blown.
They are so negative. Everything is blah, no, and we ain't gonna be able to do it.
Rainbows and bubbles.
That's right.
I am rainbows and bubbles.
No, you are not.
I love my truck.
You are Satan's ashes.
My truck. No, that's just how my luck is. is. My truck was the beautifulest black pile of crap in the world.
It was.
It was, I really did love that truck.
Luke cried when you sold that
I
truck.
did.
I so did I. I love that truck.
Still will never forgive him, but.
Yeah, I really do wish we would've kept it.
That
and
truck was in the
drove it.
family since you were this big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cause we went to Myrtle Beach in that truck.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
I
Single
got-
cab long bed. Holy
All you gotta
smokes.
do is just give him a call, he'll sell it back to me.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, sure, I mean, yeah. It's been a little bit since we've talked.
He
about
said
it.
he'd sell it back to me the same price he paid for it.
Wow. There you go.
I will convince
He
him.
hasn't done anything with it?
No?
We haven't talked to him, it's been like a year or two now that we've got to
Yeah,
talk to
but
him.
you wanna, I ran into
Well, he
him at
lives in
summer racing.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jamie and I went last year to summer racing, on a whimsy,
Yeah.
and he was
He was
there.
there. Yep.
He was buying a set of big block Chevy valve covers, and I said, "Oh, is that gonna be for the truck?" And he goes, "No, we're going on a track or a truck cooler."
Well, and then we ended up engraving heads for him, remember?
Valve
Valve covers,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a couple years ago.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, we stayed.
We don't have that capability anymore, at least not right now. I'm gonna make him fire that machine back up. He needs to reinforce it though, so he can do the valve covers easier. Are these great? Yeah, those are. So that's not very deep though, feel how deep that is.
Well, it's also sheet metal. Ain't very much metal there.
I wish I could do yours like that. That's flat. Yours, you have to be a pain in my ass.
Yeah, you have to have these.
I mean, look at that one.
Well,
That's
that's
actually
because-
one of the flatter ones, but that thing's about as wriggly as my butt.
Yeah, you can see the rubble on it.
This is a factory style valve cover. That's the way the factory did them. They made the top convex. That's the way they did it.
I know.
But what we're talking about is when you're looking down at it, it goes like this.
Old man Jones,
It's a
what are your
casting.
Thoughts on a line lock?
You won't need a line lock.
Yeah, Randy, you're probably not gonna need a line lock. You can do that if you want to, but you're
Foot
not
brake
gonna
that
do it.
son of a gun. I do it all the time.
Yep.
Just adjust your back brakes out a little bit, or in, I should say. That way you don't pull full pressure on it.
Even with disc brakes, because the race car had disc brakes on, we never used a line lock.
Does the Le Mans have disc brakes? in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got disc brakes on it too.
I mean, I didn't push the brake pedal down a lot.
You just, it did something.
Well, yeah. My dad taught me how to do a burnout. He goes, "Quit being and put down your purse and floor it."
That's what you do with those big slicks.
You gotta pop them tires loose and get the RPMs up. That's what you do.
So Scott Abel said, would you recommend I go to a Trippier EFI, and which one would be the best to go with, and would I gain horsepower?
No.
We don't know that. We've never ran a tri-power EFI, so I honestly don't know. If I was gonna do a tri-power EFI, I would make my own. I would do port injection, put 3 carbs on it, or 3 throttle bodies on it, but I would have an injector on each port.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it.
That's the best way to do EFI.
If you wanna make power, that's what you gotta do. I know it doesn't look factory stock anymore, but that's the way to do it. And it's something, you know what? If I wanted to hide it, what I would do is I would do a sheet metal intake manifold and put the injector rails on the bottom so you couldn't see them, and put the injectors underneath. That's what I would do. But, you know, when you do stuff like that, it's all custom and it's not cheap. So, you know, you're not gonna, you know, whatever you do, it's not gonna be, you know, $1,000. You're talking, even if you do buy one of the FI Tech tri-powers, and I think that what's that company out? Ace?
No, Aces.
Aces, yeah. I think they got a tri-power too, but even so, I mean, you're talking, I think, $3,500. So, but I would custom build something if you're looking for power. If you want to just make horsepower and not worry about tri-power, you could, you know, take the tri-power off of it and put a Victor intake manifold or one of our new intakes, and we get it done with the Dominator. That's what you need.
David Allen, when do you put the goofy kid on mute, please?
Put him on what?
Which one?
Mute.
Who's the goofy kid?
I was gonna say, which one?
We all know.
Phil, oh, there he is. I was gonna say, Phil the third one for a beer a little bit ago and hasn't been back, and he just commented.
I can't have no beer right now. I just had a tooth pulled and I'm on an antibiotic. antibiotics. I'm not allowed to have beer now for the next 14 days.
I'd figure out if you really could.
That's not good for your liver. I'm not gonna do it.
You act like you're good for your own liver anyways.
Well, I am. If I treat it right, I know how to treat it.
Trust me.
Pickle it.
You can push it pretty far.
Yeah. I don't wanna find out. I know it rejuvenates, but I don't wanna find out.
Ask my dad, he says fine.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I skipped the antibiotics and just did the alcohol when I had my tooth pulled.
He's sitting here complaining about a toothache in the middle of eating lunch. I go, dude, we have bottles of Jameson sitting underneath your desk. I'll grab a pair of pliers, we'll deal with this like that.
Had I known that it was gonna be so daggone complicated for it to get it out, I might have tried it by myself. It
Phil
took
said
it.
he'll drink your share.
Good. It took him 2.5 hours to get my tooth out.
Good grief.
Yeah,
Good grief,
Two
it's
and a
right.
half hours.
Jesus, criminy.
yeah. I was not happy. I sat in that chair for 2.5 hours. I had to pee so bad.
Oh my god, that's like the
Next time
longest
I'll just
tooth
send
pull
you to my
ever.
dentist.
Yeah,
Jamie?
15
10
minutes,
10
we're in and out,
minutes.
no joke.
Yeah.
It takes longer to numb than it does for him to pull it.
Yeah.
He goes, open it up. Yep, right there's that tooth. All right.
Well, I did it. I mean, not saying anything bad about women, but I did have a woman doctor, and she may not have had the strength. She had to actually drink it out.
Well, and
You see her pull out like,
It was like for us car guys, it was like getting a broken tap out.
Scott Abel said it's not starting easy.
Yeah, it probably is something to do with the tune on the carburetors. And you need, because it started great when it was here, so it's something that's changed, and it could be that the carburetors are out of adjustment, or maybe you need a new set of spark plugs, or, it's hard to say what it is, but it's out of tune somewhere. It should fire right up just like this engine does.
Oh, Tom Bob said, don't say that, I have to get my tooth worked on next Wednesday.
I didn't plan on it. I broke a tooth and there was nothing wrong with it. It pissed me off. She took a picture of it, showed it to me. She says, there's nothing wrong with this tooth. It just broke. Oh, great.
Well, if there's something wrong
quit
with
chewing
it.
on things you're not supposed to.
It was a chicken breast and it had a flat bone in it. I've never had that before. And
I was
I
gonna
spent time
say,
on
my
broke
dad
it.
cleans his bolts with his teeth.
He does, I watched
I opened beer bottle.
it. You ever see him brush his teeth in the morning, comes out to the dye grinder, or the bench grinder, and turns it on?
And where's the bristles out?
You guys are killing me. All right, well, if we don't have any more comments,
Nope, that's about it.
all right, I think we're done for tonight.
Yup.
We got to show off Randy's new toy, and hopefully he's happy.
Here's what I wanna see. It's been cooled off for a little bit. What's the engine temp?
150.
150 still?
Yeah.
All right, just fire it up. Don't even touch the gas.
Wait. That's why it should start.
Yep. My truck didn't do that towards the end.
If they're not doing that, it's because something's out of tune. You gotta figure out why it's not doing that. It should.
Normally, because the fuel we have today, it's your carburetor.
It's usually carburetors. They need to be freshened. And it's been a while since we did Scott Abel's engine, so probably the carburetors need rebuilt again is what
It
it
wouldn't be a
was.
half bad idea.
Phil started the dad joke. How do you know the
Not a bad
toothbrush was
idea, what?
invented in Alabama?
Yeah, oh yeah, for
Because anywhere else would be called toothbrush.
sure. What? I missed it.
Yeah, because you guys are talking. Phil goes, how do you know the toothbrush was invented in Alabama? Except anywhere else, it would be called a teeth brush.
So that brings up another story about my son. We went to Myrtle Beach one year. We took my daughter's friend with her, and anyhow, my daughter's friend wandered off with some guy she met down at the beach.
Making out.
Yeah, making out with that guy. Yeah, and and left my daughter hanging dry. And so they come back to the camper, no Allie. And so I said, where did she go to my daughter? And she goes, she went off with well, at first she didn't want to rat her out. She wouldn't tell me. And I said, you're going to have to tell me because I'm afraid if we don't know where she is and something happens to her, how am I going to explain that to her mom? So
Ain't got a kid no
anyhow,
more.
my son comes over and he goes, yeah, and this guy's got a tooth. So in other words, he must have had only wanted his grill up front, I don't know.
Holy shit. Got a French kiss and it's just gone in one
That's uncomfortable.
What's that?
John said he brings it.
Yes.
Shut up! No! God dang. Scott said if I bring it up, can you tune it?
Absolutely, yep,
Does
we
she
can
do
do
this
it.
all the time?
Yeah.
Dude, I said that question 3 times. I shouldn't have had to.
Look
You
at those
guys are
three
loud.
sausages. You see the little three sausages?
See, that's what
That's their one.
Oh, God. Brandon's not gonna make it home.
Not one piece.
Yeah, he's driving my car, so,
Three little Bob Evans sausage links.
whatever.
You guys are
Holy
bad.
smokes.
My dad gave me the best advice that I could ever have gotten in my entire life. He said, marry a woman with small hands and makes your pecker look bigger.
Good night.
Who said
And you
that?
guys yell at me for my choice in women. That's why I like the tiny ones.
All right, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and sign off here. I just want to give a quick overview.
That's a nice view of my dad's back, so. we'll
Look at them rods.
See y'all later.
Good night.